The proceeding was a test of the National Weather Service alarm tone. During potentially dangerous weather situations, specially equipped receivers are automatically activated to warn of the impending hazard.
Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most awesome videos. In front of us we have the Uniden Bearcat WX100 weather radio with alert. I picked this radio up from eBay for a total of $40. Kind of pricey for this, but a collector told me if I was looking for something interesting, this is the one to go for, and here it is. So you can see some bullet points here. Same weather alert, pretty important. Specific area message encoding. For those who don't know what that means, it means that you can receive alerts in your area instead of somebody else's area that doesn't pertain to you. Like a few nights ago, I got a special marine warning that woke me up, and that marine warning did not apply to me because I don't live near Lake Michigan. So yes, it's good to program your radio with those FIPS codes so you only get warned in your area. And we'll talk about that. Multiple warnings, it has 56 alerts, backlit LCD display, nice, 9-volt battery backup, alarm clock. Okay, so X is an alarm clock, not bad. This is the box for anybody that wants to know. Seconds save lives, yep. No home should be without one. Actually, I just like having a smoke alarm. This is just the same thing, more protection for you and your family. There you go, you got some different things here. And then that's not a pretty picture there, but gives you an idea. It's here to protect you, so. All right, there's the box. Next, what do you get in the box? This little guy, I'll zoom it on down. This is a 9-volt power adapter. It's, let's see, 210 milliamp hours. Oh, there's the polarity, slim profile, powers your radio. You're going to use this all the time. The battery backup is 9-volt battery. It doesn't last very long, and we'll talk about that, but this is what you'll use most of the time. Okay, nice. It also came with a mounting bracket to mount it on the wall. So you could have a vertical mount at eye level, which I think is really neat. It came with original screws the owner did not use. So I might use this. This is really cool. I like that setup. Okay, next we get the manual. Yeah. Clear and concise. It's a little on the small side, so the printing is a little tinier. But what you'll see here is here's your FIPS codes. They talk about how they're designed. And I didn't know what the 6 digits meant, but they're telling you right there how that works. Pretty cool. And then here how to get your FIPS codes. Now remember, FIPS codes pretty much is your location and locations near you. It's really nice to know and have a program that way because you won't get alerts that don't pertain to you. Like Michigan alert that woke me up. That was the funniest thing. But yeah, so here's a little overview of the radio. We'll go over most of these keys. Well, in case I missed something, there it is, forever for posterity. Okay, here we go. We got some weather channel settings, which is a little different. They use a different convention. I'm usually channel 5 on my weather radios, but that's not the same frequency. If you look here, channel 6 is the one I have to use in this radio. So remember that if you do buy this radio, that your convention's a little different than the traditional. Okay, some more button combinations there we'll talk about. And yeah, this is pretty neat. I think there's a table here I can show you really quick. Here you are, the event codes. That's what will go off. So it's pre-programmed into the radio. It's one page. Here is the second page. If you guys want to pause and look at that, there you go. Yeah, I never want to see that right there, tornado. That's the scariest thing for us around here. And flood. Flood's not a fun thing either. Okay, so let's go to the back here. Technical specs. There's your channel coverage again. Sensitivity, power consumption. It has a alert terminal output for sirens and strobe lights. But if you look here, it's non-conventional 2.4 volts. So it's using a lower voltage output for this radio. So if you buy this, it may not work with some of the stuff you have for the alert terminal. So definitely research that. Okay, so there's the book. Next is the radio. There it is. Yeah, bring it on in. So I like the design right away. I know it looks like a stepping stone and a walkway, but it's unique and different. I love it. Dimensions, 7 inches across, 5 inches high, case depth of 1 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to bring this up for size comparison. Up we go. Yeah, I got to bring this pretty far up. So I got some of its cousins here, the ever popular Midland WR120. Really good radio. You can see the size difference there. Okay, and then I brought out another one, the Midland WR300. You might still be able to get this one. This one here has a bigger display, has a calendar, shows alerts more because it has more character lines. This one has AM/FM radio. It's just a bigger, nicer setup, but costs more money. Brand new, though used, or actually new in the box off eBay. I got this for $30. So this one cost me $40, but this one's, I guess, rare compared to this one. So there you go. I guess it's more common. All right, so that's that radio. And we got the ever popular Iron Man around here. There he is. Our deck of cards. I'll bring that on down, show you how that looks. And we'll go over some features of the radio. So that's the deck of cards. Give you an idea for size. Okay. So for the rest of the review here, I want to go ahead and plug it in with that AC adapter, this guy here, because the battery backup on this 9-volt battery isn't very long. It's 8 hours on standby and 1 hour with the radio on. So not very good, and I wish they used different batteries. Now, I guess you could get resourceful and build your own little AA battery pack and hook it up. Something I might do if I really like this radio. It's not a big deal. You just get one of those 6 AA battery packs and hook it right up. Okay, so there it is. I plugged in the AC adapter. So now we can use this and not worry about running that battery down. Okay, so features of the radio. It has this really cool gray cabinet. I like it with this black button scheme. Pretty simple profile. I like that. Front here, Uniden. Says weather radio with alert. We have a clock, AM, PM will show. We have a special symbol here, an X with 2 lines. It actually tells you what type of alert mode this radio is set to. There's 2 of them, voice and siren. This one's set to voice, and what that means, it'll set the alarm will go off for 8 seconds, and then the radio will turn on for 5 minutes and then turn off when an alert comes through. It's kind of neat, and that you can change in the menu, and I'll show you that. Here you have specific area message encoding. We talked about that with those FIPS codes and those county codes. Really important to enter those in. That way you're not getting alerts from other areas. Here we have a statement light that turns green. We have a watch LED that turns yellow there, and a warning that turns red. We'll get to see those in action in a little bit. We have some keys here. Select for the selecting in the menu, up and down for the menu, and also up and down for messages that come through. Menu button access the menu. Alert. This is neat. You can turn on and off the siren by using this button by holding it down. Weather button here to turn the radio on. I can do that right now.
West winds 5 to 10 miles per hour becoming north.
Cool. It's kind of nice. This has to be up, and I'll show you that in a little bit. We have a numeric keypad. This is for entering the FIPS codes in really fast. I love that. None of my weather radios have that. You got to scroll through and keep scrolling the numbers up and down. This is nice. Boom, 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 boom. You're done. So, and it can hold 20 of those codes. So that's a really neat thing. You can just keep pumping them in there and not having to worry about time. It gets done fast. So neat to see dedicated keys for that. You got room for it. Why not use it? 2-inch speaker. Your volume on off. So when you do this, turn the radio off. It'll only receive LCD display there for alerts and these lights, I believe, but no siren will go off. But and no radio will turn on. But to have the radio turn on, you got to turn this. It shows you what frequency and channel, and then what mode will be on. There's our mode. So, and that's about a good setting right there for volume. Okay. Did I mention 2-inch speaker? I think I may have, but yep, it's nice sounding for voice. Back of the radio, we have a few things here. We have the antenna, which is 19.5 inches. Extends up here. Has good reception. I love it. Over here we have an external speaker, so you can get those Uniden external speakers, which are really nice. So you have a little bit better voice, or you can hook up dual ones if you have to, if you need, louder radio. Like if you're in a shop, it's loud and busy. Here we have the AC input here, and it's 9 volts. Here we have the alert, little alert terminals. You can put the little wires in to drive like an LED strobe. Here is the external antenna. This is the basic RCA jack that you see on most weather radios. So that's nice. If you already have an antenna, you can hook right up in there. Okay, so let's go over the menu here. There's a lot of different things to talk about, so hopefully I hit everything. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to look. I showed you about the FIPS codes, and I'll show you how to enter those in here. So the first thing we can do is hit menu. And we have an alarm. So there's six menu items. There's alarm, FIPS, alert type, channel, light, and back to time, or setting time. So you can set the time, which I did already. Set the alarm if you want to use this as an alarm clock. FIPS codes. So if you select this, it says any. That means it'll receive any alarm coming in from any location, even the ones that don't pertain to your area. If you want that, go ahead. Except for single, which most people don't do this, but you can just do for single county. I guess it's good like if you live in the middle of a huge county, and you don't really need to have multiple counties around you. That's okay. But most people probably use the multiple county codes. And then of course you hit select here. And for your first one, you enter it in with the keypad and you can select more and enter more. So, but I just have the one in there for now. Nice thing about it is it stores that in memory. So you'll have up to 20 of those. And then if you decide to change the mode, it still saves those, which is good. It doesn't delete them. So we're going to go back to menu. Okay. So we're going to leave it on any. Select that. Okay. Alert type. So we'll select this one. We have voice, which I told you was 8 seconds of Siren and then 5 minutes of radio, then turns off. You can select that to change it here. Select it to tone, which is 15-minute Siren. It's crazy. So if that siren's going off, I don't mention, you can actually hit any button to turn it off. So if you're like, things going nuts, can't turn this, just hit a button, the alarm will go off. And then you can turn your weather radio on by hitting this button. So we'll go ahead and put it back to voice. Okay. Next is channel, and then you just make sure you pick the right frequency, and you test it once you selected this. So we'll select this one, hit menu, and then go up one more, light. I didn't really mess with this too much. Let's select it here. So off, constant, save. So save is it goes on for 10 seconds and turns off with button presses, or off. So I'm going to set it to constant since we're hooked up to the power supply. Select that, and this has a like an amber, yeah, like a light amber light. I don't know if you can see that there. It's pretty low light, but it's there in the dark. You'll be able to see it. Okay, so that's the light. Let's go to back to menu. Okay, I think we went over everything there. Okay, so the fun part. All right, so the fun part of this radio is testing the alerts. Let's do that. So we'll exit this. Okay, so to test the alerts, like if you want to know what this sounds like when an alert goes off, make sure the radio's on. First of all, of course, we already know your, what the heck is it, little fuzzies here. You can hit the weather.
Night. Lows in the lower 20s. Chance of precipitation.
And you can set the volume to where you want it when the alarm goes off.
Cloudy. Highs in the lower 30s.
A lot of volume.
Saturday night.
I'm right
Partly
here.
cloudy.
And it goes all the
A
way
20%
up.
chance of light snow after midnight. Lows 7 to 11 above.
Okay, so for alarm, I'm going to probably cover this up. It gets pretty loud. So here, if you press and hold one while the radio's on, this will actuate the sound for the alarm, the regular alarm, the wake-up alarm. So I'm just going to, well, actually, you know what? You turn your volume down right now, and then I'll go ahead and do these. And then turn your volume back up when I'm done. So go ahead, turn your volume down. Here I go. So I'm going to press 1, hold it. Okay, so and number 2 here will generate the sound for the statement, and it'll light that light. Press and hold number 2. Okay, and then number 3 will do the watch sound and generate that light. Okay, and then last one, the warning, has a weird sound, and this will generate the red one. Okay, you can turn your volume back up. Those were loud, I know. But I figured you'd get the full force of those alarms. So that was neat. So yeah, so this radio has a couple extra features we can go over real quick and then end this. So let's go ahead and show you that. So in the book, I showed you the event codes. Let's show you the shortcut keys. Yeah, there's shortcuts, which is really nice. Who doesn't like having shortcuts? I wouldn't know how to do this unless I read this. So helpful hints. Let's see what it says. If you program more than one FIPS codes, make sure the menu option is set to multiple or any. Okay, well that's pretty simple. Can't figure it out on your own. But here you go. Use shortcut keys. So select key. Press and hold select key to toggle the alarm clock on or off. So if we hit select, hold this down. Special symbol there, that's the alarm mode. Tells you alarm clock is active. So we'll Turn that off. Okay, that's nice. Here we have weather key. Press and hold the weather key to toggle between the tone or voice alert type. The corresponding icon appears. This functions only when the volume off control is set to on. So it's set to on, and we want to hit the weather key. Press and hold. So instead of going in the menu, it allowed me to change it on the fly, which is great, to Siren mode, which means that, Siren will run 15 minutes at Siren until I turn it off. So let's change that back to voice. So press and hold it. So it's got that butterfly symbol. Now we're going to get that X with 2 lines. So it's showing what frequency, what channel, and what alert type. So now we're back to voice, where it does it 8 seconds only and does the radio on for 5 minutes before it turns off. Pretty neat. And I think, what's it got? The alert key. Alert key is pretty cool. Press and hold the alert key to toggle the audible alert mode on or off. So there you go. You can actually turn that siren on or off. So if you hit this, there you go. So the alarm will not sound. It'll just show you the screen, I believe. When the audible alert mode is on, the siren are enabled. So it shows you when they're disabled. The alert type indicator does not appear on the display, but messages and corresponding indicator appear when the emergency code is received. So pretty nice. You can do that really quick with this button right here. Love it. Okay. Awesome. Well, there we go. I think I covered most everything on here. I think I talked about when you get a warning or messages, you can scroll through here with those keys. And then if you want to know total amount of messages, you tap this button, and it won't do anything now, but it will come up how many alerts came through, and it'll keep flashing the time. So it's kind of nice to know. So alert, and then these keys when you have alerts coming in. Okay. And then let's see, anything else here? Press any key to silence the system. Yep, that's important. Talk about the event codes. Showed you the testing. That was fun. So everything pretty much went over. Yeah, so we're good to go. So let's do final thoughts on the Uniden WX100. Should you buy this one for your household? Probably not. I would recommend, what radio that the Recom 1630. I know that's an older radio, but that's a great radio because of its runtime. It runs on, I think, 4 AA batteries, and it says 200-hour standby with 50 hours of radio. Now, in an emergency, that's way more portable and way more useful than this radio here. Now, this one only having an 8-hour backup on standby and 1 hour of radio doesn't really do you much good unless you do what I told you, modify like a battery pack with 6 AA batteries with a 9-volt connection, and you plug it in, but then you get this ugly battery box sitting by here. But it is doable. If you like the style radio, you can do it. But for the person who doesn't want to go deal with all that, pick yourself up one of those Recom 1630s. I got mine cheap. I was like $18 versus this being $40. This one's just unique. It's got this volume here like this. It has the direct entry for the FIPS codes. It has that strange sounding alerts. And that's what makes it collectible and fun. If you're into collecting these, this is really cool. But if you're into just needing a solid alert radio, yeah, this one's probably a little dated, a little different. Probably not the best one out there, but still fun and has great reception. Though I will say that the reception on this radio is amazing compared to some of my other radios. But yeah, the Recom 1630, go look for that one because of its standby and runtime is amazing on those battery backup. Probably the best one I have. And that's probably most important to me is the runtime when the power's off. Definitely. All right, cool. There you go. So there's the Uniden WX100. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a big like. I appreciate it. 2, if you like Uniden products, I have a playlist of Uniden scanners. I'll put that with this. So I love Uniden products. Whenever I see something interesting, portable radio, I'll pick it up and review it on this channel. I really enjoy the brand. I think they make quality products. This is just a neat one to find. And just hit subscribe, hit the bell icon if you're not subscribed to the channel so you can get notified. Yeah. And 3, talk about what you think about this particular weather radio. Would it be something fun for you to collect or have? Would it be something interesting? I like it. I think it's just unique and different. Just comment below what you think. All right, guys. I appreciate you watching. Take care and goodbye.